Hey, Stoic warriors, your mind is a liar, a professional, full-time, never-takes-a-vacation liar. Right now, in this very second, it's manufacturing disasters that will never happen, replaying conversations that ended years ago, and convincing you that everyone sees the fraud you believe yourself to be. You know that voice, the one that wakes you up with a grocery list of your failures, the one that turns a simple mistake into evidence of your worthlessness, the one that transforms every silence into rejection, every glance into judgment, every success into luck you don't deserve. That voice has been your roommate so long, you've forgotten it's an intruder. The ancient Stoics called this mental terrorism fantasia, false impressions that feel more real than reality itself. Epictetus, born in chains yet freer than emperors, discovered something that should shake you to your core. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. Read that again. Your suffering isn't coming from your life. It's coming from the story your mind tells about your life. You've tried everything. Positive thinking that feels like lying to yourself. Meditation apps that work until you open your eyes. Therapy that helps until you're alone again with that voice. Self-help books stacked like tombstones of failed attempts. Yet every morning that negative mind wins before you even fight. What if the solution isn't adding more noise to drown out the negativity? What if it's learning to watch that voice like you'd watch a street performer? Interested but unattached, present but not participating. The Stoics didn't just survive mental torture, they transformed it into wisdom. They turned internal terrorism into philosophical training. These 7 lessons aren't comfort food for your ego. They're combat training for psychological warfare. Some will feel counterintuitive. Some will make you uncomfortable. Good. Comfort is where your negative mind wants you. Soft, predictable, defeated before the day begins. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up to the same voice. But, for the first time, you'll be armed with strategies that Marcus Aurelius used to govern an empire while his son plotted against him. Techniques that Seneca employed while facing execution. Methods that Viktor Frankl proved worked even in concentration camps where everything was taken except the last human freedom. The ability to choose your response. Ready yourself. This isn't motivation. It's transformation, not inspiration. It's insurrection against the tyrant in your head. Like this video if you're done negotiating with mental terrorists. Comment below. My mind is not my master. Share this with someone whose silent battles you see. Subscribe and hit that bell. This channel is your daily uprising against internal oppression. Don't skip anything. Each lesson is a weapon you'll need. Now, let's get into it. Number 1. The morning execution. Kill yesterday's ghost. Every morning you wake up haunted, not by supernatural spirits, but by yesterday's corpse that your mind keeps digging up, desperate to show you every wound, every word you should have said, every moment you failed to be who you imagined. The Stoics had a practice so radical, most modern therapists would flinch. They called it morning death meditation. But forget sitting cross-legged imagining your funeral. This is about executing yesterday's power over today. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end, Seneca wrote, probably while Rome burned around him tomorrow. When consciousness hits, before your feet find the floor, declare yesterday dead. Not metaphorically, literally. That person who messed up yesterday, they're gone. That version who said the wrong thing, who felt that shame, who carried that regret, deceased. You are their successor, not their continuation. Your negative mind feeds on continuity. It needs you to believe you're the same person who failed last week, last year, last decade. It builds monuments to your mistakes and forces you to worship there every morning. But what if you simply refuse to claim that inheritance? I discovered this accidentally after the worst night of my life. I'd destroyed a relationship through pure stupidity. Morning came like a punishment, but something snapped. I said out loud, "That man died at midnight. I'm someone else now. His debts aren't mine. His shame isn't my uniform." The relief was violent, immediate, almost frightening in its power. This isn't escapism or denial. You're not pretending mistakes didn't happen. You're refusing to let them metastasize into identity. Every criminal gets a statute of limitations, except the ones we try in our own mental court every damn morning. The practice is surgical in its precision. Wake up. Before your mind starts its greatest hits compilation of your failures, speak this execution notice. Yesterday's version of me has expired. Their membership to today has been revoked. I inherit their lessons, not their shadows. I am today's first edition, not yesterday's revised copy. Feel that lightness? That's what it feels like when you stop carrying corpses. Your negative mind just lost its favorite weapon, your past. It's screaming about precedent, about patterns, about who you've always been. But you're too busy being born again to attend yesterday's funeral. Number 2. Emotional alchemy. Turn rage into rocket fuel. Anger is rising. That familiar heat crawling up your spine, that clenched jaw, that fantasy of destruction playing behind your eyes. Your negative mind loves this moment because it knows what comes next. The explosion, the regret, the shame, the proof that you're exactly the disaster it says you are. But the Stoics knew something your therapist won't tell you. Suppressing anger is like holding dynamite while it burns. Marcus Aurelius, managing an empire of traitors and incompetence, wrote, "How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it?" He didn't say, "Don't feel anger." He said, "Don't let anger feel you." Tomorrow morning, when that first wave of irritation hits, the memory of betrayal, the unfairness of life, the rage at your own mistakes, don't push it down. Don't breathe it out. Transform it. Become an emotional alchemist, turning lead into gold, poison into medicine. Here's the technique that sounds insane until it saves your life. Thank your anger. Actually thank it. Thank you, rage, for showing me I still care. Thank you for proving I'm not numb. Thank you for this energy I'm about to steal and use for something magnificent. Your negative mind just short-circuited. It prepared for suppression or explosion, not transformation. It wanted you to prove you're out of control. Instead, you just performed psychological jujitsu, using its own force against it. I learned this after getting fired unfairly. Rage consumed me. Every morning I woke up furious, rehearsing revenge. Then one day, mid-fantasy, I stopped. I said, "This anger is pure energy. It's rocket fuel being wasted on mental movies." I took that rage to the gym, channeled it into applications, transformed it into the energy that built my business. My enemy accidentally funded my empire. The Stoics called this emotional transformation. Not feeling different emotions, but differently feeling emotions. Your anger becomes ambition. Your fear becomes focus. Your sadness becomes depth. Your anxiety becomes preparation. The negative mind loses because you're not fighting feelings. You're recruiting them. Tomorrow's practice. When negative emotion floods you, don't resist or release. Redirect. Say out loud, "This feeling is raw power. Where shall I invest it?" Then immediately act push-ups. Writing, creating, building. Make your negative mind watch in horror as you alchemize its weapons into your tools. Number 3. The warrior's breakfast. Feed your mind. Violence. While everyone else starts their day with motivational quotes and gratitude journals, you're about to do something that would make self-help gurus weep. You're going to mentally rehearse violence. Not physical violence against others, but philosophical violence against your own mental weakness. Epictetus, who had his leg deliberately broken by his master, taught something brutal. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid with regard to external things. He was teaching warriors, not worriers. His students didn't come for comfort, they came for combat training. Tomorrow morning, before the world softens you with its compromises, spend 5 minutes in mental combat. Visualize your negative thoughts as actual opponents, entering your mental arena. See them clearly, that voice saying you're not enough, that fear of judgment, that addiction to approval. Give them form, give them faces, then destroy them. Not with affirmations, not with deep breathing, with philosophical violence. When the thought, "I'm a failure," enters, don't counter with, "I'm successful." Attack with, "So what? Failure is just data. I collect it like a scientist." Next, when "everyone will judge me" appears, don't defend. Assault with, "Let them. Their opinions are their prison. I'm busy being free." This isn't toxic positivity wearing armor. This is mental brutality with precision. You're training your mind to be inhospitable to weakness, to make your internal environment so hostile to negative thoughts that they flee rather than fight. I started this after reading about Stoic military training. Roman soldiers didn't just train their bodies, they trained their minds to be crueler to themselves than any enemy could be. One morning, paralyzed by social anxiety, I visualized it as a whimpering creature. I spoke to it. "You're boring. You're repetitive. You're weaker than my will starve." The anxiety didn't disappear, but it lost its throne. It became a beggar, not a king. Your negative mind expects negotiation, expects you to bargain with your demons, to find middle ground with misery. Instead, you're declaring psychological martial law. No treaties with thoughts that terrorize you. No peace talks with patterns that imprison you. The practice is raw. Identify 3 recurring negative thoughts. Give them names like enemies. Tomorrow, face them in mental combat. Don't explain, don't excuse. Execute. Fear of poverty. You're already poor if you're owned by fear. Dismissed. Need for validation. You're begging for scraps at tables. You should be flipping. Banished. Number 4. The sacred rage routine. Disappoint everyone before noon. Here's what nobody admits. Your negative mind's greatest weapon isn't criticism. It's your addiction to being liked. Every morning you wake up carrying invisible contracts you never signed, promises to be who everyone expects, obligations to make everyone comfortable except yourself. Seneca, advisor to emperors and worth more than small nations, wrote, "Every new thing excites the mind, but a mind that seeks truth turns from the new and seeks the old." He was teaching us to seek the ancient truth. That disappointing others is the price of not disappointing yourself. Tomorrow's mission will feel like social suicide. Before noon, deliberately disappoint 3 people, not cruelly, not randomly, strategically. Say no to the request you'd usually accept while dying inside. Admit ignorance about something you'd usually pretend to know. Express an opinion you'd normally swallow. Your negative mind is panicking right now. They'll hate you, you'll be alone, you'll be exposed. Perfect. That panic is proof you've found its headquarters. It lives in the gap between who you are and who you pretend to be. Every performance feeds it, every mask strengthens it. I discovered this after years of being everyone's emotional support animal, always available, always understanding, always drowning. One morning I texted 3 people. No, I can't help today. The world didn't end, but something else did. My slavery to approval. The Stoics knew that popularity is poison if it requires self-betrayal. Marcus Aurelius ruled millions but wrote, "How much trouble he avoids who does not look to see what his neighbor says." He disappointed Senate members daily. Still died a philosophical king. This isn't about becoming cruel or indifferent. It's about recognizing that your negative mind uses your need for approval like a leash. Every time you betray yourself for someone's comfort, you feed the voice that says you're not enough as you are. The technique is precise. Identify 3 places where you regularly self-betray for approval. Tomorrow, don't. When asked for immediate response, say, "I need to think." When pressured to agree, say, "I see it differently." When expected to perform your usual role, say, "Not today." Watch the magic. Some people will respect you more, others will reveal they only loved your usefulness. Both responses are gifts. Your negative mind loses its leverage when you're willing to be disliked for being real. Number 5. Morning Madness Meditation. Celebrate your crazy. Everyone's trying to be sane, stable, normal. Meanwhile, you're hearing voices, your thoughts, seeing things that aren't there, your fears, and believing in invisible futures, your anxieties. You're already crazy. The question is, will you be crazy and imprisoned, or crazy and free? Epictetus taught something that would get him banned from modern wellness spaces. No one is free who is not master of himself. But here's what he really meant. Master your madness, don't eliminate it. Your weirdness is your power. Your crazy is your credential. Tomorrow morning, instead of trying to think normally, trying to feel appropriately, trying to be reasonable, amplify your insanity. Take every weird thought and make it weirder. Every fear and make it absurd. Every anxiety and make it theatrical. I'm afraid of failure becomes, I'm afraid I'll fail so spectacularly that historians will study me. Nobody likes me becomes, I'm so unlikable that scientists are researching me. I'm not good enough becomes, I'm so inadequate that I deserve my own documentary. Your negative mind just crashed. It depends on you taking its suggestions seriously. It needs you to believe its horror stories. But when you make them ridiculous, when you turn trauma into comedy, when you direct your own mental circus, it loses all authority. I stumbled upon this during a panic attack. The thought, everyone's watching me fail, hit. Instead of fighting it, I amplified it. Yes, everyone on Earth, all 8 billion, cancelled their plans to watch me fail. NASA is broadcasting it to space. Aliens are taking notes. I started laughing. The panic dissolved. The negative mind retreated, confused. The Stoics understood that sanity is just agreed-upon madness. Marcus Aurelius hallucinated conversations with death. Seneca threw away fortunes to prove they meant nothing. They were functional madmen who chose their insanity instead of having it chosen for them. Your practice. Tomorrow, take your 3 biggest worries and make them comedically catastrophic. Don't minimize them. Maximize them until they're hilarious. I might get fired becomes, I'll get fired so powerfully that employment itself will be renamed. Turn your mental horror movie into absurdist theater. The negative mind crafts realistic nightmares. You craft surrealistic comedies. Guess which one makes life more bearable? Your madness is medicine when you're the one prescribing the dose. Number 6. The Reverse Revenge Protocol. Thank your enemies at dawn. Your mind keeps a detailed list of everyone who wronged you, every betrayal catalogued, every slight recorded, every wound preserved in high definition. Each morning that list plays automatically, reminding you who to hate, what to resent, why to stay bitter. Marcus Aurelius, betrayed by his own son, surrounded by conspirators, wrote something that should crack your skull open. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. But he went further. He thanked them every morning for teaching him who not to become. Tomorrow's practice will feel like swallowing glass. Write 3 thank you notes to your worst enemies, not to send, to burn, but first to mean. Thank the ex who destroyed you. They taught you resurrection. Thank the boss who humiliated you. They revealed your addiction to validation. Thank the friend who betrayed you. They freed you from the prison of false loyalty. Your negative mind is screaming. This is weakness. This is surrender. No, this is psychological warfare at its most ruthless. You're stealing the fuel your negative mind runs on. Resentment. Every grudge you hold is a chain they still have around your neck. Every revenge fantasy is you drinking poison, expecting them to die. I learned this after years of planning elaborate revenge against someone who destroyed my career. Every morning, I'd wake up strategizing their downfall. Then one day, exhausted, I wrote, "Thank you for showing me how fragile my identity was. Thank you for forcing me to rebuild on bedrock, not sand. Thank you for the gift of rock bottom. It's where I found my foundation." The rage evaporated. Not immediately, but inevitably. Without resentment to feed on, my negative mind starved. It tried serving other dishes, self-pity, victimhood, bitterness. But gratitude had ruined my appetite for garbage. The Stoics knew something we've forgotten. Your enemies are your teachers in disguise. They show you where you're weak. They reveal where you're attachable. They demonstrate what happens when character collapses. They're providing free education in who not to be. The technique is nauseating in its power. List 3 people who hurt you most. Write each a thank you note for the specific strength their cruelty created in you. Be detailed. Be genuine. Then burn the letters. Watch the smoke carry away your resentment. Your negative mind loses its favorite story. That you're a victim, you're not. You're a student who had brutal teachers. Number 7. The Morning Massacre. Murder your potential. Everyone's obsessed with reaching their potential. Meanwhile, you're being tortured by it. That imaginary perfect version of you. The one who makes no mistakes, who fears nothing, who achieves everything. Your potential has become your prison, and your negative mind is the warden, reminding you every morning how far you fall short. Seneca wrote something that modern achievement culture would crucify him for. Every man is in bondage to fear who depends upon chances for his happiness. Your potential, it's the ultimate chance, the biggest maybe, the cruelest hope. Tomorrow morning, commit philosophical murder. Kill your potential. Not your growth, not your progress, your potential. That imaginary you that you'll never become because they don't exist. They never did. They're a ghost. Your negative mind created to haunt your reality. Declare out loud, "My potential is dead. I killed it. I'm not becoming anything. I'm being something." Right now, this version, this flawed, struggling, real version, is the only version that matters. Your negative mind just lost its nuclear weapon. It can no longer compare you to who you could be. It can't shame you with wasted potential. It can't torture you with, "If only you tried harder." You've removed the measuring stick it used to beat you with. I discovered this after decades of chasing potential like a drug. Always one achievement away from worthiness. Always falling short of the imaginary me. One morning, broken by another failure to become who I could be, I said, "That person is fiction. I'm fact. I choose fact." The relief was revolutionary. The Stoics understood that potential is procrastination dressed in ambition's clothing. Marcus Aurelius didn't write about his potential. He wrote about his reality. Epictetus didn't teach about who his students could become. He taught who they were. This isn't about lowering standards or accepting mediocrity. It's about recognizing that your negative mind uses potential like a weapon of mass destruction. Every morning it whispers, "You could be so much more." But more than what? More than real? More than here? More than alive despite everything? The practice is liberation. Write an obituary for your potential. Here lies who I could have been. They never existed but tortured me daily. They're survived by who I actually am, imperfect but present, flawed but real, struggling but here. You've just armed yourself with 7 weapons of mass construction, not destruction of others, but construction of an impenetrable mind. Tomorrow morning, when that negative voice starts its daily broadcast, you'll be different, not positive, not motivated, dangerous. The Stoics didn't promise happiness, they promised something better, unshakability, the ability to watch your thoughts like weather, to treat your emotions like data, to make your mind a fortress where you're both defender and king. These aren't just techniques. They're declarations of war against mental slavery. Every morning you practice them. You're voting for freedom over comfort, reality over fantasy, power over panic. Your negative mind won't die quietly. It'll rage, negotiate, plead, threaten. Good. Its desperation proves its defeat. You're no longer its puppet. You're its executioner. Remember, you're not broken needing fixing. You're asleep needing awakening. These 7 lessons are your alarm clock set to revolution. Like this video if you're ready for morning warfare. Comment, "My mind is my kingdom, and I just claimed the throne." Share this with someone whose silent battles deserve better weapons. Subscribe for daily ammunition against mental tyranny. Tomorrow morning, you wake up different, not perfect, powerful.